Keep it locked with your boy on the ones and twos. Yo, 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 you in the mix. World's finest, man.
The world is space.
Going in. Going in. No, the wheels are still.
The world is space.
This mix is lit.
I might do my trick, puffin' on that Mary Maggie, asking for a kiss. Feeling like I'm fire cause I'm boozing off a leg. Grabbing on that magic point that's totally like a stick, yeah. Mama gave me everything that I got. Homie taught me I can grow in the spot. Planting the seeds for growth. Hearing the teachings of thoth. I see the numbers they giving me, whispers and colors and prisms and teaching the wisdom, let go and release. Got the eyes of a sinner, don't talk to the beast. No, I'm soaking it in while I'm smoking the leaf. Trapped in my body, my soul is released. Up on the moon cause I hate to be seen and I hate to be mean, but I choose to believe in the power of me. So I'm shifting up clean as I shift to the scene and transcend everything that you tend to believe. Spitting out fire with words that I speak. Send you a legion of flows to the feet. Leo that Lucy, I came with that heat. Leo that Lucy, I came with the heat. I should be posty, you know how I be. I should be posty, you know how I be. I should be.
Keep it locked with your boy on the ones and twos. Yo, 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 you in the mix. World's finest, man.
Puffin' on the Mary Maggie, asking for a kiss. Feeling like I'm fire cause I'm bruising off a leg. Grabbing on that magic point that's totally like a stick, yeah. Totally like a stick, yeah. Totally like a stick. Bruising off that magic, baby, totally like a stick. Bruising off that magic, baby, totally like a stick. I'm trapped up in a mind, in a box lost in time. At the highway I can fight. Need a balance on my vibe. Balance on my vibe. I was trapped in your eyes and I feel like I'm a fly. I'm a shot with the sky. Need that ground to hold me tight. I feel like you is my type. Open my heart, I close my eyes. You grab that fruit, I take a bite. Inside of sin, I see the light. Inside of sin, I see the light. Inside of sin, I see the light. Inside of. You cannot handle the waves of the time when they pushing you out of your place. Duality calling, the angels are falling. Heaven is open, so come get a taste. Caught in a circle of chains. Can you see what I've been trying to say? The love that you're feeling is foul, believing that you are just truly the chain.
Going in. Going in. No, the wheels are still.
The world is space.
This mix is lit.
Travel to a planet, where and why? You said Neptune?
Well, if it was a...
Why?
Oh, well. Go ahead. Yeah, why? Want to hear why?
I just kind of want to, like, melt into that planet and just be one with it. And just be, like, so in tune with all of that intuition and just dreams. I feel like I would just melt into, like, a piece of colorful energy and forever feel bliss. Be like an infinite orgasm.
Hey, you guys heard it first.
All right.
That's
That's a much deeper answer than I was going to give. Or is it? Because I was going to say if it was my wife asking me that question instead of you, I'd definitely say Uranus.
Ha!
Yeah.
I don't want no flight ticket. I want to go to Mars.
I was about to say Mars because I don't think any of the other planets are fucking going to work out for anyone to be on.
Yeah, no, they got algae there, right? Yeah, algae means they got bacteria.
They had that traces of past water. You know what I mean? Atmosphere, similar conditions to
There was
Earth.
Martians on Mars. There was actual beings on this planet existing, but they were masculine driven and they destroyed their own planet.
I believe
say
it.
that with the bottom of my heart. There was Martians. They fucked their own shit up and they came to Earth.
That's damn near what. That's damn near what the plot of Total Recall was. The original one, if you remember, they were drilling. They were drilling on fucking Mars for shit.
Now, is Mars closer than fucking the moon?
No, Mars is a lot farther than the moon. The moon orbits the planet, our planet, directly.
Right.
The Mars is some ways away.
I passed with a C in science, man.
That's all right.
So, shit. You know? The Martians probably did fuck this shit up and come here. That's why everything's going on.
I mean,
That's where the lizard people come from.
you look at all the ancient civilization stuff,
Bingo.
you know what I mean? Like pyramids and all the structures. They're like, so people were just pulling these rocks with ropes? No, the fuck they weren't. And put them at perfect angles. If they were just built and they looked like people built it, like, all right, maybe, you know what I mean? But no, it's like precision to where architects and engineers today are like, I don't know how the fuck they did that 3,000 years ago. They were like 8 seconds removed from just beating the shit out of each other for dominance of the tribe and raping the women and shit. But now we're fucking creating perfectly aligned, laser accurate pyramids. No, you weren't.
Yeah, they can be in synchronicity.
They thought the sun was an angry god that wanted sacrifices. But they built this perfect structure? Come on, though. No. Doesn't make sense.
If you're familiar with Atlantis, then you know that the Martians, they touched down on Atlantis and they joined that energy system with the Hebrews, the Mayas, and the remnants of the Anunnaki. And they were just chilling there. They came because they fucked up their own planet after like a total war. When they came there, they started changing the perspective of the human race. The human race was very feminine driven. We were like 6-year-old girls in our creativity, our openness, but they were masculine driven. They were like very masculine, organized, scientific, math. They knew about their technology, but they lacked that left. They didn't give a fuck about that left. They kept going towards it. They were like 86-year-old men, consciously. And so they started coming here. They started giving us technology. They started giving us 5G. They started giving us all this crazy shit, and then causing us to have a consciousness shift. Slowly, after the planet eroded and it started decaying, everyone split up. The Mayas went to Central America. The reptiles, the Martians, they just integrated. They mixed with the humans.
Yeah, for sure. That I believe in that too, because that RH blood and that golden blood and everything, like I understand we all from the universe and we're all connected, but for us to be that close, I mean, come on now, lizards or gorillas, motherfucker. We could be all of it, but nah, the aliens definitely blended in. We're the aliens.
We are. We came from space. We were like spacesuit that evolved into bacteria, that evolved into fish, that evolved into animals.
Yeah, you ever seen the blowfish when it's in the water versus how it keep changing when it come out? That's why it look more like a person first. Dog, a blowfish in the water. I seen this shit last night. My motherfucker was all gray and blue with its spikes, big or not. And when they got that motherfucker and brought it up to the surface, it lost all that shit, and it was about as light as us, nigga, that looked like that old fucking things with the long nose.
Those fish are used to the bottom of the ocean where the pressure is fucking crazy. But when you take an animal or a person, like if people go down for them underwater drilling shits and then come back up, they got to go in a special chamber when they get out to depressurize their body or they will pop.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Same thing with the fish. When you bring a fish that's a deep sea dweller to the surface, that pressure is way different. So its whole appearance and color is going to change.
That's crazy.
I saw this crazy anime actually. It's called Made in Abyss. And the whole plot of it is there's this giant hole that goes straight down. It's infinite. No one knows. But the more you go in, humans are only up to go to level 5. You slowly start feeling all the effects of the abyss the deeper you go. First, you get nausea, hallucinations. The second is like your body starts being weak. The third one, blood starts gushing out of all of the holes you have on your body. The fourth one is like you start like it starts like transmuting your flesh into something different. The fifth one is like such weird energy that it turns you not even human. You're like you transform beyond human because your body can't handle all of that energetic energy, the wavelengths in the crust, and the pressure from just being that deep.
Man, I don't want to go down that motherfucker. I know they found that cave in Antarctica. I want to go there because they said that shit was not 6 miles wide, 33 miles wide or something like that in Antarctica. And they ain't even go that deep. But there's another spot over there where they got the big hole. They did go and they flew a drone down there, and you know it's all grass with the forest and the trees in the middle of Antarctica. Say that again. In the middle of Antarctica, though. Big ass cave hole, and they went down there, and down there is the warm lake with all the grass, the bushes, and the trees.
Thermal shit from the fucking magma and shit deep inside the earth.
Cooking them up and bringing that shit back. Yeah. beautiful and scary as fuck.
Everything is going to be fucked up at a
wrong.
certain point. You can't even talk about like what shit. You know what I mean? At a certain point, all the land in the world was one piece.
Yeah.
All of it. It's called Pangea.
Yeah. Facts.
One giant
Good.
body of water that surrounded it, and one big ass landmass.
Yeah.
So in 1,000 years, I mean, we already know it. California's going.
Yeah, it's already cracking off
Big
and breaking
earthquake
off.
comes and California's
Cali
gone.
breaking off and everything. They
Yeah.
got a new little
Yellowstone's gonna
island.
be crazy though.
And then Florida's going to be underwater at a certain point.
Yellowstone is due to crack and like it erupt any moment. Like it could be 10 years, it could be 5, but that shit, it's a super volcano. When that shit erupts, all of America's fucked. Like,
Yeah, for
all
sure.
of America's done.
There's gonna be another cold shift because all that shit gonna block out the sun, and then all that radiation is gonna fuck us up. Oh man, I ain't got time for that. I'm glad somebody else think aliens exist. I know.
There's no way they don't. So the only thing that exists in the world, like intelligent life on our level, is us? That's such a typical human way of thinking. You know what I mean?
Right? Do it.
Yeah. That's such a typical human way of thinking. Look, look. So, okay, it's 2020. Go back 100 years.
Right.
That's 1920.
Right.
We were goddamn cavemen almost.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Think of how little technology was and how fast it came. Where it come from?
Everything's intentional.
Where it came from? You know what I mean? Think about it. I'm a smart man. My IQ is in the 140s. I'm one of the smarter people IQ levels wise. You know what I mean? But when it comes, think about the first person to be like, I'm gonna fucking put a bunch of metal together, and then somehow I'm gonna get that shit into space. And not only am I gonna get it into space, but it's gonna fucking orbit perfectly. And what that's gonna do is, it's gonna take this piece of fucking plastic and metal and whatever else, connected to nothing. And it's going to take sounds and pictures and send those through space and fucking the entire planet into the atmosphere to this thing. And then it's going to beam back to another place on the planet into another piece of plastic and metals that we just combined together somehow. Who the fuck thought of that? How do you get from... How do you get from... You know, the best thing we got is the radio, like, to motherfucking, streaming everything.
Yeah, I can't remember the change of the fucking, the gray computer with the green screen, and they said Y2K, and the next thing you know, we have PlayStation.
My thing is, I feel like there's been an organization that has been very aware of humanity's movement through time. All of it is intentional.
Oh yeah.
It's not like this shit just came to be. They're finally like, all right, let's drop this knowledge to the public.
Nose piercing, let me know. My back is on fire. Hey, good. It was good meeting you, man.
You're a great individual.
I appreciate that, man. Definitely keep doing your thing, man. Keep doing your thing. I like what you do.
This message is brought to you by One Touch Tattoos and Art Gallery. Piercings by Biohazard. Buy 3, get 1 free. Come and buy 3 piercings and you can get the 4th for free. Don't forget, Cyrus is throwing tap out specials, man. 6 hours for $600. What are you talking about? Do you know how much work and grind you can get out of that? You got to make sure to tap in, man. www.onetouchinc, spell it out, O-N-E, touchinc.com. To come visit us and see what we talking about. Yiddy!
Going in. Going in. On the wheels of steel.
The world is spaced.
This mix is lit.